Making two deck profiles in one night. Is that a little crazy? Kinda, yeah. But it's time to enjoy life, and this is Yosenju, so I decided to bring back this deck. This deck was a lot of fun to play, and we'll just jump right into it. So, what we're gonna first do is explain all the commas. Comma 1, comma 2, and comma 3. This is your searcher. All of their first effects is that you can gain an extra normal summon for a Yosenju monster. So these guys, and then we play two Sujik. Comma 1, when it's on the field, you can, as long as you control another Yosenju monster, you can bounce a face-up card your opponent controls. Comma 2 can allow you to attack directly, but its attack is halved. And whenever a Yosenju monster inflicts damage to your opponent, you can search for a Yosenju monster. Sujik has two effects. If he's in your hand, you can send him to the graveyard to give any of these guys, including himself, 1,000 attack. Or you can, while he's on the field, you can target one of the Yosenjus that you control and give it 1,000 attack. That also includes himself. So he himself can become a 2,000 beater, 26, 28, 25. But the whole point of them is to have them on the field for that turn, and then they have a spirit-like effect that they bounce back to the hand once they're done during the end phase. It helps keep them in your hand and maintain hand presence. So, to supplement that, we play kaijus, we play Thunder King, we play Raiden, and we play Homunculus. Only three you really need to run. We do play one Slumber, so this is just a mini kaiju engine. If you don't know the combo, you have to have another Yosenju and comma 1 on the field, and you can just keep bouncing away your kaiju, and, bounce away, special again, bounce away, special again. It's just really dumb what you can do with the kaijus in combo 1. That's really the whole point of having the combo. So you have those. Thunder King is the one that you summon off of Slumber usually. Then we have 4 hand traps, 3 Swift Scarecrow, because I don't like direct attacks or an attacks that will finish me for game, and 1 Max C just to help with the draw power, because the draw power is extremely scarce in this deck. Okay, so that's all the monsters. The monster count is kinda low, but the spell and trap count is extremely high. So we have 2 Necro Valley. Necro Valley is just good. This deck doesn't get affected by the graveyard, so being able to shut your opponent down out of those things is really killer. 1 Slumber and 1 Dark Hole. I put these both together because they're both essentially the same things. Slumber just gives you 2 monsters, and blows up the field and gives you 2 monsters. You bring a Thunder King to your side, you give your Homunculus or Raiden, and then you can just have a beat stick on the field while you have your commas just bouncing the kaiju back and doing really stupid things. Dark Hole doesn't really affect this deck either. Dark Hole is essentially a Regeki, because your monsters all bounce away. Then 2 of the new card, Quiet Life. You have to activate it at the start of your main phase. 1, if you control no monsters, if any player normal summons or sets a monster, that player cannot special summon that turn. If any player special summons a monster, that player cannot normal summon that turn. So basically what you do is you activate this during your main phase 1, you control no monsters, so you normal summon the Yosenju. Obviously you're not going to special summon, but usually you just special summon when you need to drop a kaiju on something. And then after that, you basically shut your opponent off, depending on what they do. They're going to want to get rid of this, because this is a very annoying card, so there's that. You can waste their Ghost Ogres on and stuff like that. Then we have 2 Yosen Training Grounds. At first, I did not like this card, but I was really, really wrong. Yosen Training Grounds is basically like Gateway of the Six for them. You build up counters on this card. Then you can remove 1 counter to give all of your Yosenjus a 500-point boost. And you can remove 3 counters to search out a Yosenju monster from your deck or graveyard, if I'm correct. Deck or graveyard in your hand. So yeah, you could just keep recycling your Yosenjus. It's really, really nifty to have on the field. 2 Tanky to help search your Yosenjus as well. And 3 Duality, because you normal summon constantly in this deck. You don't have to worry about special summoning, but a Duality is like a lifesaver. So that is all the spells. Now we're going to go to traps. Now this is a personal tech of mine for this deck. I just got these today. Soul Transition. It's a card from Secrets of Eternity. If you control no special summon monsters, Tribute one face-up level 4 normal summoned or set monster. Draw 2 cards. You can only activate Soul Transition once per turn, and you cannot special summon the turn that you activate this card's effect. This is really the only form of draw power that I found for Yosenjus to have that wasn't too hefty of a cost. Basically, you just normal summon a bunch of Yosenjus, and you have this down. The cool part is, if your opponent tries to Ghost Ogre your Yosenju away, or Effect Veiler it, whatever, you can activate this, tribute it away, and you'll still get the effect of the normal summon, as well as drawing 2 cards, and that's always being able to be handy. So yeah, Soul Transition's a really great card for this deck, and I think that more Yosenju players should actually play it. 1 Macrocosmos, that doesn't really need explaining. 2 Lusaturns, because you don't play any special summon monsters, and this card absolutely crushes your opponent. 1 Warning, that also doesn't need explaining. And 3 Drowning Mirror Force, because most of the time you will be getting attacked directly. This card just helps alleviate your stress. And that is all the traps. So, we get the traps, spells, and monsters out of the way. Now it's time for the extra deck. 1 Dark XYZ Rebellion Dragon, 1 Karen Gorgon, 1 number 104, 1 Tiger King Wang Hu, 1 number 41 Basuga. These are pretty good card. Let's see what else. We got a number 101 on an arc, that's obvious. Castel, obvious. Giant Hand, good. Diamond Direwolf, that's obviously good. 2 Lightning Chidori, because you do play wind monsters, all the Yosenjus are wind. Abyss Dweller, because obviously. 2 Cowboy, which is very rarely made, but they're still there just in case. And 1 Rhapsody and Berserk. The entire extra deck is really up to you. You can run Link monsters if you want, but you're really just going to be normal summoning and special summoning the kaijus. You don't really need to do that. Anyway, this is my Yosenju deck profile. This is 13 Dragon Blade signing off.